Hey, we back with another video. It's the host, the Podfather, Devontae Hubbard, the Road to Millie, back with another video, giving y'all fresh content, showing y'all the keys on how y'all can be successful, how y'all can make money, man. On today's episode, I'm going to talk about how I make $1,000 a day. Yeah, you heard it. How I make $1,000 a day. Hey man, this ain't no fairy tale. I ain't blowing smoke up you. You know what I'm saying? This is how I make $1,000 a day in the trucking industry. Now I'm gonna do a series on this. I'm gonna do a series on the trucking industry and give y'all all the details on what you gotta do to start your company. So this is how I make $1,000 a day. So I have two 18-wheelers. And I have one trailer, which is called a dry van. I have a dry van trailer. Okay, so I'm assuming that y'all don't know anything about the truck industry, and I'm just gonna tell y'all how I do it. And then, hey, feel free to comment and ask more questions. This is just a brief overview, but like I said, I'm gonna be starting a series on how to get into the truck industry. Because believe it or not, guys, it is a very low capital startup, and you're able to make a lot of money, but it is a high overhead type of business, but you're making so much money that you should be able to sustain yourself. So how I make $1,000 a day. This is how I do it. So there are things, these websites called load boards that I go to, and a load board is simply it's like a job posting, like a bidding site where the brokers, which they have relationships with shippers, which is where you want to get the jobs from. These brokers, they post these loads that they need people to fulfill, and you as a carrier, because you have the truck and you're going to carry the freight, well, your job is to look on this load board and to see what load would you like for your company to take. So this is the way that I do it, right? $1,000 a day. Really, I was misleading y'all. It's actually more than $1,000 a day when I have both trucks running at the same time. It's $1,000 a day per truck. So when I have both trucks running at the same time, I'm making $2,000 a day. Okay, so this is the way I do it. So I go to the load board. The load board that I use is called the DAT, or Trucker's Edge load board. So the way a load board works is you put in your source, origin, and your destination, or your starting, origin, and your destination, right? So my trucks are based out of Dallas. So this is what I do. So for the one where I have a trailer, the truck that has a trailer, the dry van, I look for dry van loads because they have different loads based on whatever type of trailer you have. So I type in dry van loads. I filter that out. I put in Dallas as my origin, and my destination I put anywhere. Okay. And so now I'm looking for my loads, and there's going to be hundreds of loads to choose from. So how can you strategize so that you can make $1,000 per day? So the rule of thumb, this is very important, that it takes that a driver on one day can drive about 500 miles. That's the rule of thumb. That's the formula that I use. So on the load board, they're going to show you the total miles from the source to the destination, right? And then they're going to have the price of what they're going to give someone, how much they're going to pay someone to take that load, right? Sometimes they won't have what they're paying on there, and you got to call and you got to find out how much are they paying. So this is the way you do it. So knowing the fact that it takes about that in one day your driver can drive about 500 miles, right? you want to find loads. So whenever you find your loads, you want to divide the total number of miles divided by 500, and that will give you the amount of days that it will take. So for example, say if I'm going from Dallas to let's say Chicago. Okay, let me see how many miles that is from Dallas to Chicago. Let me see. Give y'all. I want to give y'all like real numbers. Let's see. All right. So that's 966 miles. So if I divide that by 500, that means that's 1 point something, right? So basically almost 2. So it's going to take me 2 days for my driver to make it from Dallas to Chicago. So most of the time they're not going to put the rate of what they're paying. So they want you to negotiate, and they're hoping that you say a price that's lower than what they're capable of paying for the load, because they have like a buffer of how much they can pay. They have a range of how much they can pay. So at 966 miles, right? So let's do the math. So if I was booking this load, I would tell them that, let's see, I would tell them that I need at least $2,000 for this load. And so $2,000 is going to take me a day and a half to get there, which is $1,000 a day. And if they can't give me that $2,000, the lowest I will go for this load is $19.32, which is $2 per mile. So in trucking, it's about how much you're going to get paid per mile. Okay, so you want to find the destinations where when you divide the total number of miles by 500, and see how many days it will take you, whatever number that you're bidding for, you want to make sure that number equates to $1,000 a day. So if I tell them that I want $2,000 for this load, I will make my $1,000 a day, because it would take me 2 days to get there. Now, if a load is 562 miles, I'll tell them, hey, I need $1,200 for this. I need $1,100 for this, because it's going to take me a day, really a day, 500 miles a day, and then the next day is going to take about an hour to drive like this 60 miles. A day's worth of driving plus 1 hour for the next day, to be able to make that drop. Now for the weekends, this is the strategy for the weekend. So whenever you're booking loads, most of the loads are delivered Monday through Friday. So when you get to Friday, you're not going to be able to drop it on Saturday or Sunday most of the time. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're at least driving about 1,500 miles. For Friday is 500 miles, Saturday is 500, Sunday is another 500. So at least 1,500 miles. So you want to go someplace a little further. So I will go for Friday, I'll book my driver a load going from Dallas to maybe Portland, Oregon, somewhere like that. Maybe that's like 1,500 miles. So it's going to take them a whole 3 days to get there. They'll get there by Sunday evening. And then so it's 3 days to get there. I'll tell them that I want about $4,500 to $5,000 for that run, which it will only take my driver 3 days. So I'm making $1,200, $1,400 a day, whatever that math is, to drop that load. And he will already be there by Sunday night, and then Monday morning all he got to do is just roll it in. He's already in the city, roll it in, and he get the stuff taken off the truck, and then we're on to the next load. But hey man, that's how I make $1,000 a day in the trucking industry. I'm giving y'all the keys on how y'all can be successful. And, you know, I'm giving y'all free game every time I'm on here. Just trying to help y'all to hit that $1 million mark. Hit that multi-million dollar mark for people that's already there. I'm gone, man. Everybody like, subscribe, comment. Till next time.